Hi everyone, so this is going to be my video about me talking about the marathon that Monica and I did on Sunday. So this past Sunday on Mother's Day, Monica and I both woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, got dressed, ate breakfast, and headed down to Sporting Life at the Yonge Street location. And we were doing the Sporting Life 10K marathon for Camp Ooch. And it was, I had spoken a little bit, I left a little information about the pre-marathon video that I had posted the day of the video that we did in the morning together, at the event. It was, Camp Ooch is a camp for kids with cancer and illnesses that get to go up and actually experience life and life as children and experience camp. And pretty much at this camp they have everything covered. They've got doctors there. They can do their chemo. If they've got to deal with chemo, they can do it there. So it really gives these kids a chance at living somewhat of a normal life for at least a small amount of time. It was an amazing experience. I was terrified. We were both kind of terrified going into the whole situation because we didn't train. Let me just throw that out there. This marathon is a run/walk this year, so you could choose to walk it if you chose to do so, or you could run it. And going into the marathon, wasn't expecting to run at all. I don't know why. It's something we weren't actually planning to run the whole marathon. We didn't train, like I said. We just kind of stuck to our normal workouts, or at least I did. As previous videos have shown, Monica actually sprained her ankle about now it's been maybe a month, or just a little under a month ago. So we weren't gonna run since she had her injury. But she ended up finding a brace, and I've managed to do something to my knee, which I haven't gone to the doctor for, but I will. We pretty much bandaged ourselves up, wrapped ourselves up in tensors and braces and all that, got dressed, and went to the marathon. And so besides my regular workout, my regular workout consists of just doing a full body workout every time I go to the gym. I don't focus on legs, I don't focus on abs, or core, I should say. I don't work on just specific areas of my body. I just do a full body workout. It's a really boring workout, but it works for me, and it's been working so far just because it's actually showing finally some results. The reason I started working out, when I started working out again, was last year, about this time. I had been a vegetarian for about 4 years previous, since last year, or 2 years ago, I would say now, or no, it'd be about a year ago. I was a vegetarian for a long time. I think I've already mentioned this in a video before. My diet wasn't very healthy. I wasn't eating right, so my body was really weak, and I do have arthritis that runs through the family, and my mom has some pretty bad arthritis, and I started feeling it in my joints, which isn't good because, I'm not past even my mid-20s, and I'm already feeling pain in my joints. So I decided to do something about it, and I started working out, and since then I've actually had almost no pain, besides after the workouts. Like right now my elbows are feeling it and my knees are. But since I've worked out, my body's been in pretty good shape. I've barely gone sick. I think I maybe got once or twice sick this past winter with a cold or whatnot, and I've been pretty much back to how I used to be when I almost never got sick. But besides that particular workout that I've done, I didn't train. I've never seen myself as a runner. In high school when we ran on the hottest day during the summer, so it was very uncomfortable, it was very difficult. You could barely breathe, you could barely, after a half hour you would feel like you're ready to pass out. And I never enjoyed running. I never did it for fun. Again, I never really liked it. I never saw myself as a runner. But I guess since I've started working out, my body has definitely strengthened a lot. My muscles are finally stronger than they pretty much probably ever have been. And when we showed up to the marathon, we were kind of getting nervous. We saw a lot of spandex, a lot of men in spandex, and a lot of men in very tiny shorts. which was kind of terrifying. I saw a lot of things that day that I really wish I hadn't, but I mean, it's a run. You wear what you're comfortable in. My current Twitter background is a picture of Monica and I from the end of the race, and it was the one thing about that marathon on Sunday. It was so cold when we showed up. We were wearing sweats and sweaters and everything on top of the clothes we were going to wear. So when we were stripping down to our outfits, to our running outfits, it was so cold. And then the race kind of started, our corral started a little later than it was supposed to. So we stood around for quite a while in some freezing cold shade. I mean, we had some bits of sunlight, but it was really cold that day. So, besides that, we dressed appropriately. I had leggings, and then I had a pair of my running shorts on top. I had my Columbia base layer, and then I had my Camp Ooch jersey on top, or my Nike Dry Fit. It's pretty much a Nike Dry Fit shirt that they gave away with the registration. And that was about it. And then I had my Camelback backpack, which carries water with you, a liter of water on my back. So Monica and I really didn't have to stop for water. We did a few times just because, I mean, they had Gatorade, and it was, at that point, we needed the energy. But it was surprisingly easy. This Sporting Life 10K is one of the easiest marathons in North America, and after doing it, I completely understand why. Mostly just because it's all downhill. Pretty much the entire race is downhill. There was one point where it was like going uphill was like that. It was the tiniest hill ever. But as far as the entire race, for some reason, I don't know whether we ended up choosing to get small coffees before the race. I think I was cracked out on some caffeine and a whole ton of adrenaline and little to no sleep. I did get a good night's sleep, but I didn't sleep a lot, which I think helped in some situations. I went to bed around 11:30, and I had to be up at 5, so you guys can do the math. But I had a very good night's sleep, and Monica did not. So she had a lot of things going against her, but we ran pretty much more than half the race. The first kilometer, when we started running, we realized everyone started running, so we started running with everyone else. When we passed the first kilometer mark, which they had signs up for on either side of the street, or pretty much both sides of the street, we were surprised. Like, we couldn't believe that we ran already an entire kilometer. And we're not training. We didn't train. We are not runners. And we were shocked that we pretty much ran that far. And I was kind of shocked that I had already ran that far. And every once in a while, we would stop and power walk and then continue on. But we ran most of the marathon. And it was, for me, I don't know why, but it just seemed extremely easy. I don't know whether it was all the strength training that I had done with my legs. And my core, because my legs felt fine. I think worse out of everything, my feet were sore from running that far, but I felt perfectly fine. Even the morning after, I was not in any kind of pain. I was doing just fine. And I think the day after, I went to the gym to work out, actually, and that was what I was feeling the pain from. But as far as the marathon experience, it was amazing. People were friendly in the morning. We were joking along the way with some people. We ended up having just small chit-chat conversations with people along the way. It was a very positive and pleasant experience. And a part of me knew that it would be that way just because marathons seem to be that kind of atmosphere where we're all running for the same reason, because we're trying to better these kids' lives in some sort of way, even though we're all running for maybe even different reasons for ourselves, but we're all running for the same thing. It was such a positive experience, and I think it helps me kind of understand more why the Boston Marathon bombing hurt me so much more than I think I even realized, because like I had said in the Boston videos that I had, the brief videos I had made, I was extremely upset, and I think it was all because all these people are running for such good causes, and then somebody decides to ruin it. But we'll not let them ruin it. And it was this marathon was just it was amazing. By the end of it, I was so, the rest of that entire day, like, I came home, hugged my mom, and took a shower, and then we all went out for, my sister, my mom, and I went out for lunch for Mother's Day. And I wasn't even hungry, but the rest of that day I took a nap, and I felt amazing. My body felt great. I pretty much felt pretty damn amazing after that marathon. And since that marathon, I think I've realized that I can run more than I even expected myself to be able to run. So I might even pick up running in my spare time in the mornings. If I've got days off, I'm going to be running in the mornings. But as far as marathon races go, this was a fantastic experience. I think if you guys have marathons going on in your city or anywhere near you, you should sign up for them. Do maybe a marathon run slash walk where you have the option to walk. I mean, no one's going to be up your butt telling you that you can't walk, but maybe sign up for marathons like this that are a little bit more at ease with rules. I mean, this is a marathon. Yes, it's a marathon, but it was also a very positive experience where it was kind of not just a professional marathon run, that kind of typical vibe where everyone's a professional runner. It was very much a relaxed and mellow experience. I think that's why we were able to feel so comfortable and were able to run for such a long period of time without feeling like we had to continue running. Like, we could stop and walk and continue on our way. It was just a very positive experience, and I think I encourage all of you to do the same. I will be doing it next year. I'm determined to do it next year, but next year I will be running it. I am set a goal that I'm going to run the entire thing, if not sprint the entire thing. And my time was 1 hour and 32 minutes, I think it was. Which I'm really proud of myself for, because, I mean, again, I didn't train. I didn't expect to run that at all, to be honest, and I'm surprised I did that well, and I felt that good. So I will be picking up running, and I encourage all of you guys to just try something new. Try something that you don't expect yourself to do well in, but at least try. The sign on the starting line pretty much went along the lines of, since you have tried, you have not failed. It was something, one of those lines along those lines that since you have if you have not tried, you have failed, but since you've tried, you've not failed. Something along those lines. It was very positive, and it was very enlightening, and very whatever. Anyways, I think that's it. It was fun. It was freezing cold. It was crazy, and I'm proud of us that we did it, and I'm proud of us that we pretty much ran more than half of it, and that we didn't die along the way. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below, or tweet, or email me. I will leave all that information below. Like and subscribe. I will hopefully be doing more videos within the next few days. This weekend, Monica and I will hopefully be doing something fun on Saturday, so I will bring a camera along and videotape all that. And besides that, I think that's everything. Yeah, so I am going to go fix this and shower and clean before I go to work, and I will see you guys soon.